Mr. Rufai.
Yes.
I told you that Bank of Industry released 636 billion. That's what I told you. And that people in the Southeast are also beneficiaries.
No, you said no. You said no. You said that since President Tinubu got in, 7,000 industries did spring up. That's why I'm asking, where did you get that data from?
I said 7.
You said 7,000 industries sprang up.
I said 7,000. I said no.
Enterprise.
I didn't say industry.
Well, Dr. Agbaka, how deep-rooted, how widespread is, what is being described as a shifting pattern in terms of the choice of the elite and the electorate in the Southeast, to the extent that the Southeast is now moving towards the full endorsement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even in Anambra State, where you have Apuga in power, Apuga is also going pro Tinubu. Does the position of the elite, does it translate down to the grassroots? And then you represent the Tinubu support organization. Now, do you feel threatened that in the Southeast now there is a strong movement called the City Boy movement, led by Obinna Onyegbu, popularly known as Obi Kubana? And that movement seems to be generating, higher momentum across the Southeast. Almost recently, the leader of that movement, National, Sheyi Tinubu, was in the Southeast. But Tinubu Support Organization, we've not been hearing a lot from that your organization. It's now, the field has been left open for the growing influence of the City Boy movement. Do you feel threatened?
Well, thank you again for having me. First of all, Tinubu Support Organization, City Boys, Renewed Hope, and so many support groups, in this particular upcoming 2027 election. We all have a common goal. We have a common interest, which is the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So just forget the nomenclature. We are all working collectively for the president and the APC to win this election. So there is no particular group that is threatened. We talk to them, we liaise with them, they liaise with us. So that is what you see.
That was
in respect of your...
Go ahead.
Yes. Say again.
Please go ahead.
Okay, in respect of your first question, in respect of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu chances in the Southeast. You see, politics is very dynamic, and it is becoming clearer and clearer that the president of this great country, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has the support of majority of Nigerians, and more in particular, Southeast. We in the Southeast believe that we made a huge mistake, in the last election, 2023. So, we now know the place to go. The place to go is APC. Majority of Southeasterners, they believe in APC. If you were in Enugu 2 days ago during the zonal congresses, it was filled with enthusiasm. It was filled with joy. Too many stakeholders, too many party faithfuls, even non-party, non-APC members attended that event. It was an awesome one. The president has done a whole lot for Nigerians, and more especially in the Southeast. Are you talking about the road construction? Are you talking about industrialization? He has done a whole lot. That's why you see some governors, for example, Governor Soludo of Anambra State. He's supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even though he's NABGA. Governor Oti of Abia State has said this publicly, that his policies are truly, interwoven with that of Mr. President. The president has done a whole lot in the area of industrialization. A lot is going on. You know fully well the establishment. Yes.
No, land on your point. The establishment of what?
Establishment of the Southeast Investment Council with 150 billion naira takeoff. That is already... People in the Southeast, traders, manufacturers, they are already benefiting from it.
Okay.
The establishment of the Southeast Development Commission is already closing the gaps in terms of infrastructural development in the Southeast. Okay. As you know very well, Aba, which is a popular city in the area of manufacturing, has been designated the manufacturing hub of the renewed hope agenda. A lot is. I was listening to the governor of Abia State, Oti, in one commentary. He said that Aba has over 60,000 shoe manufacturers, garment manufacturers. All these are to the glory of the industrial policy of the current administration. That's what you see happening.
All right, thank you so much. When you said glory, I almost want to say hallelujah, but let me talk about the last time you spoke about, I asked the question around industrialization. What the guest kept on hammering on was infrastructure, and it's quite important. You cannot have industrialization without infrastructure, but infrastructure is not the only component to forging or encouraging industrialization. There are many key parts. I'd like you to talk about what some of the infrastructural developments in the region has led to in terms of manufacturing. So for instance, where are the numbers of new maybe manufacturing organizations that have been set up? Has it improved access to funding for the traders? How many new businesses have been set up? Because the president promised the Southeasterners during his campaign that they would become, that region would become the Taiwan, or at least the Taiwan of Africa. So I'd like to get, let's talk about actuals, not just, okay, we did this, because there should be outcome-based projects. And so I want to assume that you have seen outcomes. What are some of the outcomes of these projects in the Southeast?
Well, you know very well, I think I've really discussed, this particular statement by Mr. President. I think that was during the campaign in 2023, because I was in Ebonyi State when the president made that comment that Southeast will soon become the Taiwan, of Africa. And that is true, because a lot has been done. See, the Bank of Industry brought 636 billion naira, which has gone, to medium-sized industries, to large manufacturers, to nano industries, to small-scale industries. MSME got 178 billion naira. And I'm telling you that some of the people in the Southeast, particularly in Aba, are beneficiaries. So
it's exciting to hear. It's exciting to hear these figures around monies released. But let's talk about. You're from the Southeast. Jobs created, businesses started, MSME supported. Because these are the things. These are the outcomes we're looking at. Not just the fact that money has been released, announcements made. What are the tangibles that the Southeast has enjoyed based on President Tinubu's administration and some of these monies that have been allocated? That's what we want to call. We want to see how many jobs have been created, how many young people have started businesses. What are the actuals?
It is on record that there are 7,000 new enterprises that have sprung up, since the inception of the Tinubu's administration. And many of them are from Southeast. Many of them are from Aba. That's why I said it earlier on, that the governor of Abia State said it himself. Over 60,000, shoe manufacturers, garment manufacturers, in Aba. Go to the Southeast, there is this palm kernel refining, it's ongoing, based on this industrialization policy of Mr. President. So a lot is happening. And you're talking of employment. You see, the president is not only concerned about blue collar job. We are looking at sustainable development, sustainable employment. Many people are employed. Like I told you, Smedan is a government parastatal. 200 billion naira has been invested on Smedan. Many people are benefiting, from these loans from Smedan. Look at the youth investment of 150 billion. Many youths, especially from Southeast, are also benefiting from all these largesses from government.
Mr. Bakari, real quickly, can you give us the source of the data that said 7,000 new companies or enterprises have sprung up? Can you give us the source of that data? That's number one question, briefly. The source of that data. Secondly, I also want you to give me the data that says that most people are willing to vote for, or most people are supporting President Tinubu in the Southeast. Can you also give us that data? But the source of the data where you say 7,000 enterprises sprang up.
Well, I think the source, is from Bank of Industry, as well as Ministry of Trade and Investment.
I have what Bank of Industry said.
7,000.
No, I have what Bank of Industry said. They didn't say 7,000 new enterprises sprang up. They didn't say that. So I have the data in front of me. That's what I'm asking you.
I told. Wait, Mr. Rufai.
Yes.
I told you that Bank of Industry released 636 billion. That's what I told you. And that people in the Southeast are also beneficiaries.
No, you said no. You said no. You said that since President Tinubu got in, 7,000 industries did spring up. That's why I'm asking, where did you get that data from?
I said seven.
You said 7,000 industries sprang up.
I said 7,000. I said no.
Enterprise.
No, I didn't say industries. I didn't say. I said 7,000. Oh, no,
enterprise sprang up.
Let me enterprise. I said
yes. That's what you said. So I said, give me the data that showed that 7,000 enterprise sprang up. That's all I'm asking for. And then also give me the data that showed that most people in the Southeast are now in support of President Tinubu. Give me those data sets. Okay, I think we have to go if it doesn't
in respect of the in respect of the 7,000 enterprises. It's quite clear. Ministry of Trade and Investment noted it. And they can go and Google it.
They said, no, so okay, let me tell you what they said.
And the presidency.
Let me tell you what they said. They said. They didn't say 7,000 new enterprise sprang up. They talked about over 636 billion, being spread across 7,000 enterprises across the nation. So they are pre-existing. They are not new enterprises that sprang up. So your data set was false. What you said was false. Secondly, you have not given us the data.
We are just saying. We are just saying.
No, we are not saying the same thing. You said they sprang up. That means they just started. This data is saying that was dispersed across pre-existing 7,000 enterprises. So what you said was false.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
But at least you agree that since President Tinubu came on board, a lot of enterprises, thousands, sprang up.
Dr. Bakai.
A positive news.
Dr. Bakai, I see you are not wearing your own Ashwebi.
Yes.
Are you not going to Eagle Square? Because Felix Maka was with us earlier. He was dead in Ashwebi. Your state doesn't have one.
Yeah. No. What I intend to go and change.
Oh, okay.
This is my signature wear whenever I appear on Arise.
We thought today being a special day.
Arise over 50 times.
Okay. You have a special uniform for Arise.
I already have my own in the car.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Because I love you guys, especially you and Rufai and Ayo.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Love you too.